Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you all here today. Thank you so much for joining me. And in this video we're going to be talking about the case of Sebastian Rogers. And luckily we have some video to look at, and this is the last video recordings of Sebastian Rogers. Now if you look here, you're going to see that we have the exact time here. This is from February the 25th of 2024, 18:24:52, which is 6:24 in the afternoon. This here is the moment when Sebastian and Katie pull out from the Texas Roadhouse. Now they have already finished eating and Katie is pulling out. Now I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to make this larger so that everyone can see. But this is pretty interesting because here we have Sebastian. He's seated on this side, and I can kind of see Katie through the front windshield. But Sebastian, this white part is his neck, and I can kind of see his ear here, and this right here is the back of Sebastian's head, right on the side here. Now for some reason he has his head turned all the way, and he is actually looking over at Katie. So I don't know if she's talking to him about something, if he's asking her something, but this is right after the point when Katie is here with the green hoodie person. And we're also going to see the person in the green hoodie on the inside of the restaurant as well. So there's actually quite a lot that we do get to see in these videos. One of the things that I noticed, these videos coming out from Dog the Bounty Hunter, we get to see the editing, which brings attention specifically to Katie and what she's doing at that table. For some reason, the way they decided to edit the video, they zoom in on Katie to show us what she's doing. Also, I noticed that we see reactions from other people as well, who are surrounding, and they obviously are having their attention diverted towards Katie and the green hoodie person. Now it's definitely a lot to look at, and we're going to look at everything because the point is that this is actually the last video recording, the last time that we have proof of life for Sebastian. And so there could be some very subtle clues in all of this, or it's possible that this is all a big nothing burger. But regardless, we do have to have a closer look. At this point, we do have a response from the sheriff's office, which we're going to look at as well. This is the night when Katie and Sebastian went over to the Texas Roadhouse. This is, in fact, Sebastian's last dinner before he went missing or was reported missing. So here they are, and you see Katie is kind of has her attention on her cell phone. And it's just kind of interesting to actually see Sebastian. You kind of get to see his body language. And he is really paying attention to his mom. He looks like he's quite mature and he's not making any trouble whatsoever. He's sitting there and he's having his dinner. He has good manners. He is, he's not making any trouble whatsoever. He's very attentive to Katie. And there's absolutely no problem with the way that he is behaving that night. So I kind of notice that, everything seems normal. And Katie does put, a bit of attention on her phone. I think that she also took photos of him at one point. And I think there she's tilting the camera up, and I think she took a photo of him having his dinner. So basically, this is a normal dinner, but what I did notice is that when we get this video from from Dog the Bounty Hunter and from his partner, Nick the Hat, they edited the video in kind of an interesting way where they're going to zoom in onto Katie, and we're going to see that in just a minute. But they are specifically trying to get our attention onto what Katie is either looking at something, or maybe she's looking for someone, but clearly they are trying to zoom in onto something. All right, so there you can see that Sebastian is really well behaved. I kind of noticed that his posture, he tends to he's kind of scrunched up in a way, like he's hunched over versus, let's say, standing or sitting up straight. Like he appears to be smaller when he sits down, and so maybe it's just a habit, but he's very attentive to Katie, and so he seems to be really well behaved. Now here is another clip where we are going to see something a little bit different. There's Katie. She's about to sit down, and Sebastian is right here. He's going to go over in a second. So this is the very beginning, when they first sit down and they place their order. So there's Sebastian. You can see he's quite tall, and you can see his shoes. He has those black shoes with the white bottom, and he's got white socks on. That shirt might be the shirt which he disappeared in. And that is a little, it's a photo of Yoda, I believe. It's a print. It looks like Yoda to me, but let me know if you all heard something different. Anyhow, so that shirt possibly is missing, and they said he was wearing track pants to bed. And of course that all of his shoes were accounted for, so therefore the shoes in this video would have been accounted for as well. Now Katie is looking around. She turns her head, looking both sides. And I mean, you know, when you're at the restaurant, everyone to look around is nothing, there's nothing wrong with that. But they're bringing our attention to that because they have zoomed in on the video. This is not me who's zooming in, but this is the way the video was provided. And so they want us to see that Katie is very specifically looking around. Is she looking for someone who maybe she was going to meet? Is she just scoping the place to see who's around? But here we have it again. They've repeated this part, and we see that Katie is looking very intently, either looking at someone who maybe she was going to meet, looking to see if any friends are there maybe. Possibly she has friends that also go to the Texas Roadhouse, and she was just looking around to see if maybe some of her friends were there. But it's kind of interesting because when she gets into the parking lot, then she comes across the green hoodie person, and it seems like she actually knows that person because they kind of stop and they have some kind of an encounter or interaction together. So here we're back. We're seeing how well Sebastian has behaved very well. He's very attentive to Katie. He really doesn't take his attention off of her very much at all. And there he's kind of biting his nails. But he basically follows along exactly. Like I said, very well behaved, good manners. He's got his hands in his pockets. He follows her out. He doesn't make any trouble at all, nothing. So there they are, they're leaving. And we get to see this part repeated as well. For some reason, this part is maybe interesting. And so they have repeated this for us to see. And there's Sebastian walking out. Now that is the last we see of him inside the restaurant. And then after this, we see him coming out and we see him go towards the vehicle. Those are the parts that they decided to share with us because obviously this video is on 24/7. That is what they gave us. They edited the video and they gave us those specific parts. Now they've been making a very big deal about this, about, you know, what they found. and telling us that there's a big lead, that they wanted to know who the person is in the green hoodie. Now, the sheriff's office has come out talking about this whole thing, and they have addressed it. They're saying that the person who is seen, the individual who is seen wearing a green hoodie near Texas Roadhouse in relation to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee, they say, we understand the community's concern and the desire for answers in the case. Today, detectives interviewed the person in question regarding their presence on the night of February 25th, 2024. The letter I'm reading to you is dated December 13th of 2024, and they're saying today they interviewed the person, meaning that they interviewed the person on December 13th, I'm guessing. But anyhow, so it says that this person in question regarding their presence on the night of February 25th of 2024. Now keep in mind that they have had this video way before we got to see it. Seth had been talking about this months ago, that he'd seen this. He got to see Sebastian's last video coming out of Texas Roadhouse. I never really imagined it like this. I thought that it would be more from a distance, but this is way better than what I imagined because it's very close up. He's so close. His car is just right there, right by the camera, and it's so close to the entrance. So it's an awesome video. It's really good. Anyhow, so let's go on here and read what it says. So it says, we can confirm that after a thorough discussion with this individual, there is no evidence linking them to Sebastian's disappearance. So they had a thorough discussion, all right? And I wonder if they actually spoke to them for the first time on December 13th, because it does say today the detectives interviewed the person. Anyhow, they go on to say, we appreciate the vigilance and cooperation from the public and all those involved in the search for Sebastian. We encourage everyone to continue providing any pertinent information that could assist in this ongoing investigation. However, we also urge the community to approach social media rumors with caution, as misinformation can distract from the real efforts to find Sebastian. The search for Sebastian Rogers remains our top priority, and we will continue to pursue all leads with the utmost diligence. We ask for continued support and patience from the community as we work together to bring Sebastian home. It says, to provide tips, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Thank you for your understanding and support. So they want the tips to go to them or the TBI. And the thing is, they're saying here that after having the thorough discussion with the individual, they can confirm that there's no evidence. All right, so there's been quite a bit of a lead up to this release, this green hoodie thing. There's been a big lead up from the team, from Dog the Bounty Hunter's team. But who is this person? You know, is this person just some kind of an acquaintance? Is this person someone who was maybe asking for money? Is this person a family member who maybe Katie was expecting to be there at the restaurant, and maybe they arrived late? Because when they come through from back here, right here, I'm going to pause it. There is the green hoodie person right there. They come round from this vehicle here. It's kind of like a pewter color. They're coming back from around there, and they are approaching from here, but they're going to make a turn towards the side, the driver's side of Katie's vehicle. So can this person actually have noticed Katie's vehicle and recognized that that's her vehicle, and they're waiting there for Katie. Or, I mean, I'm really not sure. Some people think that maybe this person is, a family member. Is it possible that this person has an issue? Let's keep watching here. So you see here, there she is, and she takes a turn this way, I guess in a way avoiding this family, possibly just to avoid the family. Let's just go back. Okay, here it is. So she comes from here. She is going to be stepping into this right there. There she is. I think it's a woman. And here she's coming this way. Then she goes that way. All right. Right beside Katie's vehicle. And she that's it. We don't see her until Sebastian comes out. And so here we have a little bit of time goes by. So I suppose that the green hoodie woman, she's right here. I did see some movement. All right, so she is either here, or somewhere around there, but I kind of see something through this window. There is some movement right in here. Like somebody there. I just saw it. There. I can see her standing there. All right. Can you guys see that? So the green hoodie woman is standing here before they even come out. As if, I don't know, is she looking in the vehicle? Is she waiting for them to come out? She's definitely right there. I can see it for sure. And let's just keep watching. She's moving back and forth. Maybe even looking inside. And soon we're going to see Katie. Now here's the guy with the yellow jacket. He's in this a lot of the time. He's in this video. There they are. It happened so fast. So Katie is now approaching the person. Sebastian looks over, but does he recognize the person? He's looking over there to see what's going on. Still looking. Now Katie is moving in towards opening the door, I suppose. And look at this guy. This guy has his head turned as well. He is going to be going over here to the employee door, but he also is distracted from where he's going, and he's looking over there as well. So I thought, does this guy maybe know the person as well who's coming into the restaurant? Do they come to the restaurant often? Why is this guy looking over there? His foot is facing this way. He's going to open the door, but he's watching the green hoodie person as well. So, see that? He's still looking. And this guy turns to look as well. So we have a couple of things that are interesting. Not only that green hoodie person and Katie have an interaction, but that the green hoodie person is standing there in that spot beside Katie's door. Even before Katie and Sebastian come out, the person is there. Now you guys go ahead, feel free to just leave me your comment. Let me know. Maybe you guys already know what's going on here. Maybe you've heard who the person is and you know exactly what happened. Just leave it in the comments. We're going to discuss this. At this point, I really don't know exactly what's going on. So we're going to keep watching. Look at this. So he's still looking over there, and he's got the door open. The employee door is open, and he's still watching over there. There. Finally, here's the green hoodie person, and they're leaving. Finally. Is it because they're asking for help? Are they asking for, I don't know, are they asking maybe to get something? But the point is that green hoodie person decided to wait beside Katie's vehicle instead of someone else. So the person looks like they're maybe a little bit older, maybe in their 50s, maybe in their 60s. And maybe they were asking for something. There they go. All right. Sebastian's getting in. Green hoodie person is now going into the restaurant, and we're going to see them inside as well. What is your opinion about what's going on here? They're going in. She just went in. And here is Sebastian and Katie getting their belt on, their seat belts. And here is 1824. Katie has turned on the vehicle and she's backing out. All right. So, and you can see the time here is 1824:55. Let me just go back for a second here. Here's 1824:52 and 53, 54. There is the green hoodie woman. I believe it's a woman. And she is walking over towards the washrooms. I believe she goes over to the restrooms, to the washroom. So, what exactly is going on here? They have interviewed this person, and they're saying that the person has nothing to do with this case. We've been given the exterior video as well. When they pull out, we get to see them leave, and eventually another car is going to pull in here. We see what's going on, like with the employees and everything. And here's another car that pulls in, and another one. And but after seeing that edited video of Sebastian and Katie inside the restaurant, the way that it was edited, it makes me wonder if possibly Katie was maybe waiting for someone, looking around for someone, and green hoodie person seemed to recognize Katie's vehicle. So maybe they were there, they were going to meet Katie. Maybe they were late and decided to use the restroom because they had to use the restroom, and then possibly they left. And so Katie decided that it was too late, and they decided just to leave as well, possibly. So let me know what you all make of this in the comments. But this video is pretty much all we have. Finally, they decided to release this. This is back, now we are in December. This goes back to February. So we know that the police had this. We know that Katie and Chris and Seth, they got to see the video as well, to see that Sebastian was alive at that time. That was proof of life at Texas Roadhouse. He was alive at that time. But what happens after this, after dinner? What happens after Sebastian and Katie pull out? Do they have more information? Do they have Katie and Sebastian on video on this ride after they pull out from this parking spot, which we see them pull out? But what happens after that? Are they caught on another camera, on a traffic camera? Do they pass? Where do they go? For example, do they pass the direction which Katie told them? Or are they going somewhere else? Have they made another stop? Is it possible that they met up with someone else? Did they go do some more shopping? The thing that I get from this video, most of all, I have an impression now of Sebastian, that he is very good-mannered and that he is taking the cues from Katie, that he watches her very carefully and that he follows her very carefully. So, I mean, I don't know, you never know like how someone is going to behave 100% of the time just after seeing them in this setting, but he seems like a pretty good kid. And he seems like he's able to really, take a hint and behave accordingly. So I don't know if he doesn't seem like he was in a bad mood and there was no argument. He doesn't seem like he was upset about something where, we're to the point where maybe if they were fighting or anything to hint that maybe he would have reacted later on that night, wanting to maybe run away, or that he would have had a fight later on that night. I don't see anything like that from the video, from Sebastian's behavior. And so it doesn't give me any reason to believe that Sebastian ran away, as they tell us. That Katie says, I don't know why he walked out that door. So I don't see Sebastian walking out the door by himself, because what I see is that he has all his attention on Katie. He watches her like a hawk and he does everything exactly correct. And so this is just going to add to my whole, I guess, to everything, all the facts that I have about Sebastian. And he doesn't look like a troublemaker. Definitely not from this video. So if Sebastian did make it back home safely, then I would imagine that he would probably behave the same way at home, that his mom would tell him, hey, it's time to get to bed, and that he probably would go to bed and, do his own thing or whatever that might be. That is my new insight or perception from seeing these videos. But let me know, what do you guys all see after having viewed these videos? What does that tell you? What is your new insight onto Sebastian, onto what might have happened? And it is also interesting that we have this video that he is going out to dinner, and after that, he's never seen again. Definitely now we know that he was a lot more grown up. He wasn't the little kid that we saw in the first video. For example, the video of him when he has that red shirt on and there's a snake around him. That was when he was much younger. And so he doesn't look like that anymore. He's much taller. His shoulders are way bigger. He's definitely looking more like a 15-year-old. He doesn't look like a little kid. So go ahead and leave me your comments. I look forward to seeing what you all think now, having seen these videos. And we can discuss more as things become clearer. Possibly we're going to know exactly who the person is that Katie was talking to. And we might find out, exactly what happened. And then this whole thing might make sense. But I was thinking, if that person was someone, let's say a family member, then I think Sebastian would have maybe gone over and said hello. But the way people were looking, it was as if possibly there was maybe louder voices. Maybe they were talking louder and it brought attention to them. We didn't get that audio, but I have to wonder. I think the police probably have the audio. And if it was loud, of course, they would have captured whatever it was that they were saying. But, everybody was looking over to see. And it didn't look like a warm welcome for a family member. Sebastian was looking over and he wasn't reacting in a way where it seemed that it was, a close friend or that they were excited to see each other, or it's not quite what, it doesn't quite fit that scenario. But that is what they gave us. We finally got the video and we can see it for ourselves. That is Sebastian. You can see what he's wearing. And this is what we have for now. So go ahead, leave me your comments, and I will be reading what you have to say. Please remember to like if you enjoyed the video, to share the video to your social media. If you have access to that, that will be very helpful. Subscribe, and please remember to join me again next time. Thank you so much, and bye for now.